we were talking about how, how things are going and what we see today. I saw that the Republicans did their trip to the border, this political stunt that they always do, because the problem for them now is they can't talk about jobs. They can't
Right.
talk about the economy. They can't
Right.
talk about inflation anymore. They
Right.
can't talk about the stock market. Uh,
Right.
they can't bring up any of this stuff. So what do they always revert back to
Right.
is the fucking border,
Right.
and
Right.
this border. And I think you and I would agree, and I think President Biden would agree. Kamala Harris would agree. I think everybody that is involved with the border would agree that it is an issue. It
Right.
has been an issue for as long as I remember, before Biden,
Right.
before Trump,
Right.
before Obama,
Right.
before Bush, before
Right.
Clinton, before Bush.
Just
But
forever.
it,
Decades.
it's been going on. Now, of course, we are seeing a larger amount of people trying to come through the border. And, part of that to me is it is messaging. It is just still this dirty, deep down messaging that gets from this country to Mexico that lets people know you have a president now that will allow you guys in. So just come storm the border.
Right.
We now have
Right.
a Democratic president. And
Right.
even though these people are impoverished and they're, a lot of them have nowhere to go, they still know how to get the news of what's going on in the United
Right.
States.
Right.
And there are a lot of people giving them the idea
Right.
that because there's a Democratic president in
Right.
there, he's just going to let you in. That's not the case. Because there's a Democratic president in there,
Right.
he's not going to want to shoot you down by trying
Right.
to cross the border. That's really
Right.
the difference.
Right.
So I think that's where there's a big mistake there. And I think
Right.
that's where a lot of people get confused. What's funny is that even Biden gets a little bit of pushback from his own party because some of his policies on the border are still sort of reflecting Trump's.
Right.
He
Right.
is, the border policy is, and for migrants, if you cross the border and you touch American soil, you automatically could apply for asylum.
Right.
And Biden is trying to push that away a little bit. He's trying to push it into ports. He's trying to push it into something
Right.
that is a little bit instead of the illegal way.
Right.
And, that's being kind of shit upon. But also, Joe Biden has also asked for close to $14 billion to add people to the border
Right.
to control the fentanyl.
Yeah.
The Republicans are saying no. And the reason
Right.
why they're saying no is because it's fucking Biden that's doing it. And
Right.
they want to give him any credit for anything.
Right.
And
And
not to mention, I'm sorry, Vaughn,
no, no, go ahead. Go
not
ahead.
to mention, this is all being controlled by Donald Trump and fucking Steve Bannon and all these fuckers.
Absolutely. But I was also going to say, not only they don't want to give it to him because it's Biden, they wouldn't even do it if it was Trump. Like Trump wouldn't even suggest all that money going towards the border because they don't want to fix. That is one problem that they never, ever want it to be fixed. It's all fake because, as you and I know, if they really wanted to fix it, they would really sit down at the table and try to get some bipartisan talk and don't come with something so ridiculous that Democrats are going to be like, no, right? You have to. And I heard today Democrats are honestly walking back on a lot of the things that they held firm on just so they can get something and start to talk about something and get something done. But Republicans, again, don't want it because if they wanted it, it would have been fixed when Trump was in office for 4 years. Why wasn't it fixed? Where is the wall? What is going on? They don't want it fixed, and stupid MAGAs keep skipping over Trump was the president too.
Yeah. But see, the MAGA people are under the assumption that nobody crossed the border when Donald Trump was in office. They have this idea. And it is, now I'm really pissed that I don't have my clips because I do have clips of just people spouting out shit that is just completely not fucking true.
Right.
And it's being listened to by millions and millions of people, and they take it as gospel.